Massive impact. A right front suspension failed on James Hinchcliffe going into turn 3. He had just done 223 miles an hour. You can see it here in slow motion. What's the right side? What's the right suspension? Right there. See the brakes? As soon as that brakes, he's on a run to the wall. He knows he hit the safer barrier.
And you can see these guys are now going up towards turn 1 at about 225 to 28 miles an hour. The green car popping out from underneath very late, and we talked about confrontational passes. The 20 of Ed Carpenter gets underneath the 32 of Servia and just leaves it a little bit too late. Now let's ride along and see it. Surprises Servia. He comes down, clips the nose of him. Remember, we had something like that last year with James Hinchcliffe and Carpenter going into 1. So as the race goes on, you try and do things with your race car.
So the 19 car Davison is leaving his pit stall, and all three of the Dale Coyne racing cars involved as Davison collides with Pippa Mann and forces Davison's car into.
Now the second car here in the frame is Tony Kanaan. And as we roll this, you'll see he's down by the white line. Everything looks to be okay, and guys, I gotta tell you, that car just looks like it didn't have enough downforce, maybe a little bit loose on the back end. Now let's ride along here and look backwards. Nothing wrong there, nothing looks off. Yeah, just that little bit of a wiggle. Eddie, you know what that's like. The car was just a little bit light mid-turn when it was at maximum G-force. And then the thing started to wiggle, it came away. He did a little correction. You saw the car come back, and then it just releases as it generally does. And this is the second impact. You can see all the damage to the car.
That looked very similar to what Castroneves had. He's getting ready for qualifying. Doc? And his first crash also.
Bottom of the screen, Hawksworth
might have hit the car in front of him, and that caused him to spin.
I think he did actually make contact with, I believe that's Saavedra, and sent them both going into the wall. See, Saavedra's still got his foot on the gas because he knows he's going towards the wall, so he put his foot on the gas, try and make the tires spin to lessen the impact at the last moment, then put his foot on the brakes. But that is a hard hit. That's just the mistiming from the 41, Jack Hawksworth, and that ABC machine just clipping the back of Saavedra.
And what's really good is all the cars stayed on the ground.
And the car that you saw going up over Saavedra, that was Coletti in the number 4 machine.
Now the best thing about this accident is they keep on moving and that energy keeps getting dissipated. The worst sort of an accident you can see is one where you just hit the wall and you stop. As they keep on rolling, they're getting rid of all of that energy that's obviously... Watch this. Again, the safer barrier did its job.
So great racing up front, but look at all those bits and pieces scattered around on the track after the crash in the back of the field.